All right, YouTube. This is my first video. I've been kind of behind the scenes with controllers the last couple months, testing them out, getting some that are kind of hard to get somehow, and somehow I'm getting them. So I decided to make a video. I know it's going to be a rough edit. Just getting myself familiar with certain equipment and trying to figure out overlays and stuff like that, but I'm gonna try my best here. Um, this video is basically me going over this guy. Haven't seen a lot of videos on it. It's the Mojhon Rainbow 3 Pro. Just came out. I'm not gonna go over the specs. You can find them online. They're not hard to find. But the main things are 2000 hertz polling rate, wired and wireless, capacitive sticks, 16-bit capacitive sticks, all clicky mechanical buttons versus last year's or the previous Rainbow 2, which I believe had Hall effect. These are clicky. Back buttons are really clicky. Very cool controller. As you can see, I don't know if the video does this justice, but the lighting on this controller is insane. I have a bunch of controllers. This right now, it's up there. It feels really good in hand. Ergonomically, it is just comfortable to hold. The sticks are smooth. Everything about this controller feels really good. And I have the Blitz 2 TMR. I got a bunch of other controllers. So I'm going to switch over to kind of like the hand cam, and we'll go from there. All right. Now we are into the hand cam. Forgive me for the shakiness. Just like I said, getting myself familiar with all the ins and outs here. I'm sure I'll get better over time. But I'll just go through some of the basic functions. If you've had the Blitz 2, this will all look familiar, or the Rainbow 3. Same kind of options as far as choosing your inputs, X input, DualShock, PC only switch. Step accuracy seems the same. I haven't tested it out. On the Blitz 2, this order reversed was actually higher, so 16 was higher than 32 and so forth. Calibration, no firmware yet, nothing's available. And as far as configurations, you got macros, stick, it's very similar to the Blitz 2, same layout with what options you have available. Stick curve, stick edge, stick center, rectangular or circular, and this DFL dynamic filter and dynamic calibration. I've tested this off, and I know previously in the Rainbow 2, I believe it induced some latency. As far as I've been testing or trying it out in Warzone specifically, this, I don't know if it's some kind of magic or voodoo here, but it actually feels better to me playing FPS. Like I said, I'll do some more diving into it and seeing what else it does, but right now it feels fantastic. And then here's the lighting. Nothing too crazy as far as options. I haven't customized much. Believe right now it's on the flow state, which looks pretty good. Here is orb. This is the one that out of the box. This is the out of the box lighting. Loop just cycles through the colors. Pretty cool. And then I think this is my favorite, pulse. Now it just cycles through the colors, but this effect really pops on this controller. Now, I don't know if I would use this while playing, but it is very cool. For me, I like flow. It's more subtle. It is bright, but it looks pretty cool. And like I said, very clicky. Everything is very, very tactile. Comes with different stick heights. I like control freaks. I find that most of the controllers that come with different options as far as sticks, the thumb pads are too small for my hands. I have rather large hands. So I like the control freaks because it gives me a much bigger surface area. Same layout as Rainbow 2. It has the two back, and then it has the hair stop, trigger stops here. Very clicky. The shoulder buttons, same thing as the Blitz 2 and the Rainbow 2. And then these triggers, I believe, are the best ones. They're even better than the Blitz 2, in my opinion. They feel very responsive. They actuate almost instantly. So as far as that goes, this controller is pretty cool. I'll hop onto some Warzone here, and we'll just kind of just check it out. While this is loading up, I do plan on doing some more stuff in the future. Like I said, this is just a very rough me getting this video as fast as possible, since I haven't seen many people talking about the Rainbow 3 yet. But as you can see, I have plenty. I got the KP70, which is fantastic. Only issue is there is no English support, so the app is all in Chinese. Very hard to navigate. Haven't figured out the AI feature. Seems like that'd be kind of cool. Other than that, I think the software is coming out the international release in November, hopefully with the app being in English. The Ultimate Legend ZD, very good controller. These have the JS13 Pro modules. Very, very good sticks. Very good controller, feature rich. Like I said, I have plenty. Dual senses and fly digis, and I got this one right here. If I could pull this out, I just built this one over the weekend that I could talk about in future videos if people are interested. This is a DualShock Extreme Rate Kit with the back buttons, the Dawn. This one has the Marius board, the custom board made by Marius himself from Norway. $120 for the motherboard. Unfortunately, I had to pay $250 for the shipping and tariffs and whatnot, but well worth it. Controller's fantastic. 155 grams. No motors, no gyro, no speakers, nothing, no fluff. It's literally just built for one thing, and it's performance, and it's awesome. Has clicky triggers, clicky shoulders, clicky everything. This one I could talk about at a later date if anyone's interested. I've also have some other ones that I've built. But going back to the Rainbow, here's what we're here for. So like I said, this controller, to me, at this moment in time, out of all the controllers I've played with, it feels phenomenal. Now, I don't know how this is going to come out in video, but let me just get the brightness up here for you guys. There we go. Like I said, the dynamic filtering and that calibration, I don't know what it is. It feels like some kind of magic. I've tried with it off, and for some reason, it just feels with it on, I can't. It's centered, very, very easy. It just stays on target. I don't know. I can't really explain it. A bunch of my DualShocks, that I've modded with TMRs, they feel great. And for COD, I think that's pretty much all you need. But this controller right now, with how it feels, is fantastic. These sticks are something else. I can't explain it. I've tried it with that dynamic filtering off. Like I said, I've heard the Rainbow 2, that those features induce some kind of input lag, latency. But here, I don't feel any of that, and it just feels really good. Like I said, this thing right now is fantastic. I don't know if you could hear all the clicks. It's very clicky. Like I said, this controller just feels very good. The sticks are smooth. And I love the JS13 Pros on the ZD Ultimate. But these capacitive sticks, and keep in mind, I haven't done any real curve adjustments, and I've just been kind of just stock settings, really. The only thing I turned down was I think stick center was at 12 and the stick edge was at 5. I don't remember, to be honest. I put that all down to 0. I do have dead zones in Warzone. I find that having 0 in hardware feels better, and adjusting that dead zone in game for me works out better. But like I said, this controller right now, I think once people start getting their hands on it, are going to be really impressed. And I've been impressed with the KP70 and the Ultimate Legend, but this one was enough for me to decide to make a video. And I think it merits that. So I am going to switch back here. I know it's a lot of me rambling. Shoot some comments down. Let me know what I could do better. Obviously, I know this is very amateur, but I'm trying. So here we are. Mojhon Rainbow Pro 3. Fantastic controller. I don't know when it's going to be readily available, like on Amazon or stuff like that. I just came out 2 weeks ago, I think about a week, 2 weeks ago. Awesome controller. I'm very impressed with it. And again, I'm going to try to post more videos. My name's Man Bun. Got the bun. I donate my hair, wigs for kids whenever I can get it long enough. I play video games. I collect things. And like I said, I can make future videos on some of these controllers if you guys are interested. This DS4 with the Mario Sport is something else. Pretty impressive. I'll catch you next time. Thank you.